Welcome to Smart Architectural Programming, your trusted source for intelligent, structured, and practical programming education. This video is a companion to our book Introduction to Java, and today we're diving into one of the most essential concepts in object-oriented programming: interfaces and abstract classes in Java. So, what is an abstract class in Java? Let's start with the basics, right? So, let's pull up the slide for that. So, what is an abstract class? In Java, an abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated. It's designed to be a blueprint for other classes. Think of it like a contract. It defines what a subclass must do, but not necessarily how. So, as you can see here, and let me pull up my trusty pen here, we mentioned abstract here, right? This keyword before a class tells us that this is an abstract class. So, here, an animal is an abstract class. It has one abstract method, make sound, as you can see this here, and this method is also been declared as an abstract using the abstract keyword here. So it has no implementation and one concrete method, sleep. You see sleep here. We have not declared as an abstract method, so it's a concrete method, and it has a defined behavior. It prints out sleeping. So that is basically what an abstract class is. It is not something that is instantiated, and it's just used as a blueprint by other classes. But how do you extend an abstract class? To use an abstract class, you must extend it in a subclass and provide concrete implementations for all its abstract methods. So when we create an abstract method, it cannot be used. When we create an abstract class, it cannot be used. But when we extend a normal class, subclass, and that extends an abstract class, and then it defines concretely, not using the abstract keyword, the abstract method, and says print park, that's when that particular class can use the abstract method. Now dog is a concrete class. It extends animal, provides the missing method implementation. You can now create a dog object and call both make sound and sleep mechanisms. So what is partial abstraction next? That's what we need to understand. Abstract classes offer what's called partial abstraction. Unlike interfaces, they can now have both abstract and non-abstract methods. This gives you the flexibility. You can enforce some methods while still providing shared behavior across all subclasses. So, some of the differences between abstract classes and interfaces, that's a $1,000,000 question, isn't it? So let's just do a quick comparison. Can abstract classes have constructors? Yes, they can, while interfaces cannot. At the same time, can they have instance variables? Abstract classes can have instance variables. Interfaces cannot at the same time. Can abstract classes have multiple inheritances? No, they cannot, while interfaces can have multiple inheritances. Can abstract classes have abstract methods? As you can see here, yes, they can have them, and so can not interfaces. What are the default methods? Are there any default methods in abstract classes? Yes, there are. And there are also in interfaces post Java 8+. And can we do partial implementations in abstract classes? Yes, we can, as we just discussed previously, but we cannot do them in interfaces. So use an abstract class when you want to share code across multiple related classes. Use interfaces when you want to define a contract that unrelated classes can implement. So what is the constructor in abstract classes? Yes, abstract classes can have constructors, even though they can't be instantiated directly. Why? Because constructors are called when a subclass is created. So based on that premise, you can look at the code here. We're creating a cat object that will call the constructor of both animal and cat. So we have an abstract class here called animal, and then we call the class cat that extends the animal class here, right? It is useful for initializing common properties. So with that, let's move on to abstract methods and polymorphism. So abstract methods support polymorphism. You can refer to subclass objects using a superclass reference, and the correct method is called a runtime. So as you can see the code base here in this particular section that you see here, even though my pet is typed as an animal, my pet is a type of an animal, Java calls dog version of make sound. Why is that? This is dynamic method dispatch, a key principle of polymorphism. I'm not going to go too deep into that. You just need to understand that happens, and that is something that you need to keep in mind when you're coding and working with abstract methods and polymorphism. So what is an example of an interface? So an interface basically is something very, very simple. So we can look at this simple example of an interface, as you can see from line 1 to 3. So we defined an interface called flyable with a method called fly. Interfaces can't have constructors or state, but they can be implemented by any class, allowing for true flexibility and multiple inheritance. As you can see, we have a class bird subclass that implements flyable, and it basically defines this fly keyword here. So a quick key recap is make sure that you understand we haven't gone too deep into interfaces in this video, but we primarily focused on abstract methods classes. So we understood what abstract classes are with their partial blueprints with shared code. We understood what interfaces are, they're full contracts without any implementation, but we haven't gotten too deep into that. Abstract methods enforce structure. You can use constructors in abstract classes, and both tools enable polymorphism in powerful ways. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a video that we launch. And if you want to go deeper, grab a copy of your own of Introduction to Java, available now from Smart Architectural Programming. Thanks for watching, and keep building smart.